back in the day, I didn't know what it is called at all. The method that I'm using, I don't know how to call it. But then when I watch so many video about English learning, I know that the way that I learn English is called imitation learning. So the way that I learn it is I watch that video and I repeat after it. Hi guys, it's Lisa here once again. So a few days ago, I posted a video of me sharing about my way of learning English, basically how I learned my English. But to be honest, that video was years ago. So in this video, I'm going to share about my tips again, how I learned my English. But I'm just going to translate it in English for you guys because I think that old video was quite good. So it's good for me to share it again, but this time in English. First, let's talk about my journey of learning English. So my dad enrolled me in an English school since I was in high school, as I remember, since I was in grade 9. And then I've been learning English for 3 years, then I quit. The reason that I quit was because of me. I asked my dad to quit my English school. The reason was because at that time, I thought diploma exam is like national examination. I thought grade 9 exam is like grade 12 exam. So that's why I want to focus on my Khmer exam more than majoring in English. I mean more than English major. So at that time, I asked my dad to quit an English school to focus on my extra class on Khmer subject, and then my dad agreed. So I never learned English when I was in high school after grade 9. But now, currently, I'm back to learning it once again because currently I'm an undergraduate student who major in English and I'm already in my senior year. Now I'm in love with it. I'm in love with English. So when I was in high school, like since I was in grade 9, I do not learn English at all, but now I'm back to learning it again and I really know the importance of English. So I'm back to learn English again by myself, like self-learning since I was in grade 11, because at that time when I was in grade 11, I really know the importance of English because I really want to join a volunteer program. I really want to join a competition. So at that time, if I really want to join all of that program, I need to learn English. I need to know English. Basically, for me to pass that interview, I need to know English because in the requirement, they want someone who know how to speak, someone know how to write English. And I know myself that I don't know English. I know nothing at all about English. So at that time, I started to realize that wow, English is really important for me in order to join that international volunteer or to join that competition. I need to understand English and I need to know English. So that's why I started to learn English by myself since then. And also one of the most important reason to get me to learn English once again is because like I could say that it's because of my dad little business as well, because my dad owned a couple of rooms and at that time there was a foreigner like who wanted to rent our room, and I don't know how to talk English with him. I need to tell him to go upstairs to see the room. I need to tell him to take a picture of his passport. I need to tell him the price of the room. But I don't know anything about English. So basically, the way that I communicate with that foreigner was just a sign language. Like I told him to go up, picture, passport, or something. Like basically, I don't know how to talk English at all. So that's why I know that English is very important. If I don't know English, I'm not going to join that volunteer. I mean, I cannot get into interview and I cannot like get a medal to win that competition as well. So I need to learn English. So that is the reason why I started to learn English once again. The first one, what you need to have in order for you to learn English is mindset. Because sometimes you are thinking negatively. Even me, sometimes I do think negative as well. So you think that I'm a grown up already. I feel shy. I feel embarrassed to start learning English once again. That is so bad. Like you keep constantly think negative about yourself. Sometimes you think that, oh, I don't have money to learn English. I don't have the Wi-Fi. I don't have the internet to learn. I don't have money to buy book in English. You keep thinking negative. So if you think negative that you cannot learn English, then you can't. Then you cannot learn it at all. But if you think positive that, oh yeah, I can learn English. English is very fun to learn. I love that language and I would love to learn more about that language. Then you can learn it. I mean, if you don't have money to enroll in the school, learn it from the internet. If you don't have the internet to learn the English, then go to the library. If you don't have money to buy book, then go to the library to read all of that book in the library. It's free stuff in the library. You don't need to pay anything. So first you need to have a mindset that you can learn it. If you don't even think that you can learn English, how are you going to learn it? So first think that you can learn English, and English is a very easy language for you, even though it is sometimes it's gonna be difficult. Sometimes yeah, English is gonna be difficult for you. You're gonna make a lot of mistake in talking in English. But if you think that you can learn it, if you really, really love that language, if you have that mindset that I need to good at speaking English, I need to be good at English, then you gonna like go through that problem. Even though you meet the problem, but you're going to solve it. But if you already think negative, English is very hard. There's so many words that I still don't understand. I didn't know why I could not understand it. So if you always think like that, yes, you're not going to learn it at all. So first, what you need to have is a mindset. You need to think that you can do it. Number two, what you need to have is goal. You need to know what you want with English. Like maybe this year, I want to read one English book. Or if you want to be good at English speaking, you can say, you can write it down like, this year I want to good at English speaking, or this year I want to good at grammar English or English grammar, anything that you want with English. Just write it down first so you know what you want with English. Sometimes if you don't have a goal, you don't take it seriously. You're gonna like, when you have energy, you learn it. When you don't have any energy, you don't learn it. Like you don't have a discipline in yourself at all. But if you have a goal, you know what you want. And basically, you're gonna achieve it one day if you write that goal down. Just write that goal down first, and what you need to do with that goal is like use it with law of attraction. I don't know if you guys have heard of law of attraction before or not, but it's just like natural law that you need to know or you need to understand it in order for you to achieve anything. So in law of attraction, what you need to do to achieve anything that you want, first you need to ask, what do you want? Like for example, earlier that this year I want to read one English book, or this year I want to be good at English speaking. So this is what you ask for. You want to good at English speaking, or you want to read one English book, or you want to good at grammar English. Like you basically like fluent in English speaking or something. So ask for what you want first. And number two, you gotta believe that you can do it. You gotta believe in yourself that you can do it. You know, in learning English, of course, sometimes you're gonna meet problems. Sometimes you're gonna make mistake, and it is fine. You gotta still believe in yourself that you can do it, because it's a pace of learning. Sometimes, you know, I understand what they say, I know what they say, I understand it, but I cannot reply back to them. And sometimes I know what I want to say, but I forgot the word that I want to say. It just, you know, mistake always happen, but it's a pace in learning. It's a pace that is fine. But after you like pass that pace of learning, you're gonna be fluent in English. It is a lot of learning. It's a pace of learning. Sometimes you already learned that verb, you already learned that vocabulary, but you forgot it. Sometimes you know what you say, but you forgot what that means in English. It is fine, it is a pace. But still, you gotta believe in yourself that you can do it. It's okay to make mistake. You need to keep in mind that it's a pace of learning. After I go through this pace, the next step is gonna be fine. The last one of law of attraction is receive. You're gonna act like you receive it. Act like you're already good at English. So what happens if you're already good at English? So that means everything that you watch, everything that you see, everything that you listen to, it's going to be in English. So start to watch a video, like even though you don't understand it, but try to watch a beginner English video or something. Try to watch it. Try to listen to an English song. Try to see everything in English, even your phone. Put your phone setting in English. The movie that you watch, change it to English movie. The music that you listen to, change it to English. So when you constantly see it English, like I mean, when you constantly see English every day, when you constantly listening to it, when you always watch it, gonna love it. When you love English, it's going to be fun. The rest is going to be fun when you start to love English. Number three, know your why. You need to know the reason why you want to learn English. The bigger the why is, the how is going to be easy. Because, you know, sometimes we feel lazy. Sometimes we dismotivated. We don't want to do anything. So we don't learn English. When we have energy, we learn it. When we don't want to learn it, then we don't want to learn it. It is completely wrong. you need to know the reason why you want to learn it. The bigger the why is, the how is going to be easy. The reason why is because, when you know the reason that you want to learn, you have energy to learn it. Because sometimes we feel lazy, we don't want to learn it. Sometimes we dismotivated, sometimes we don't have energy to learn it at all. But when you know the reason, when the reason is very big, you have the energy to learn it. Like it just boosts our energy. So back in the day, the reason why I want to learn English and the reason why I really, really need to learn it, the first one is because I want to get grade A on my national examination and I want to get a scholarship for my bachelor degree. I want to get 100% scholarship. And as you know, in order for you to get 100% scholarship, you're going to take an English exam. You're going to take a scholarship exam. And everything is going to be in English. So I know if I really want to be independent on myself when I enroll in university, I need that 100% scholarship. So I was working really hard at that time because I really need that 100% scholarship. And another reason is gonna be I want to travel the world. I really want to travel the world. Because when I travel the world, I get to learn so many things. I get to communicate with other people, and I really like talking. I really like talking to people because when I talk to people, I learn from their experiences. I get to learn something new from them. And I really like when I get to know other people as well. So in order for me to travel the world, I need to understand English. And when I was in high school, another reason was because I want to get a high score in IELTS test as well. All of this reason, it boosts my energy. Sometimes I did feel lazy that I don't want to learn English. Sometimes I dismotivated. Sometimes I see that, wow, English is very hard. I don't want to learn it anymore. But then when I remember my goal, when I remember the reason why I really want to do it, it boosts my energy again. Even though I don't want to do it at all, but I have to because I need to achieve all of the reason. When I read all of the reasons again, it just boosts my energy and I constantly want to learn English once again. Well, you need to know the reason why you want to learn English because the bigger the why is, the how is going to get easy for you ចឹងឥឡូវនេះគឺខ្ញុំសូមណែនាំតាក់ទងទៅនឹងវគ្គបរិញ្ញាបត្រភាសាអង់គ្លេសរបស់ខ្ញុំបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះគឺខ្ញុំមានបើកវគ្គបរិញ្ញាបត្រភាសាអង់គ្លេសតាមអនឡាញដែលខ្ញុំមានផ្ដោតទៅលើការនិយាយការស្ដាប់ថ្នាក់វិជ្ជាករថ្នាក់ភាសាអង់គ្លេសកម្រិតទូទៅដែលយើងមានតាំងពីកម្រិតសម្រាប់បងៗឬក៏បងប្អូនដែលអត់ទាន់ចេះអីសោះកម្រិតដំបូងនិយាយទៅគឺគ្រប់កម្រិតតែម្ដងមួយវិញទៀតយើងក៏មានថ្នាក់ពិសេសបានន័យថាថ្នាក់គ្រូមួយសិស្សមួយផងដែរចំពោះការសិក្សានៅក្នុងថ្នាក់វិញគឺយើងនឹងរៀនតាមរយៈ Google Meet មួយវិញទៀតដែរបើបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាចុះឈ្មោះចូលរៀនវគ្គផ្ដោតទៅលើការនិយាយការស្ដាប់ហ្នឹងគឺយើងនឹងផ្ដោតទៅលើការនិយាយសុទ្ធតែម្ដងនិយាយទៅ30នាទីដំបូងយើងនឹងមានការសន្ទនាជាមួយគ្រូជាមួយនឹងសិស្សានុសិស្សគ្នាឯងនៅក្នុងថ្នាក់មួយហ្នឹងមួយវិញទៀត30នាទីក្រោយគឺបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នានឹងរៀនមេរៀនការសន្ទនាសុទ្ធតែម្ដងហើយចំពោះថ្នាក់វិជ្ជាករវិញគឺយើងនឹងរៀនពីវិជ្ជាករទាំងការទាំង12ក៏ដូចជា conjunction និយាយទៅគឺគ្រប់វិជ្ជាករទាំងអស់បន្ទាប់មកយើងក៏មានការអនុវត្តជាក់ស្ដែងដែរហើយក៏មាន homework ដូចគ្នាអញ្ចឹងបន្ទាប់ពីបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាធ្វើ homework ហើយគឺបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចតម្លាក់នៅក្នុង group ដោយដែលបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាបានឃើញនៅក្នុង Telegram នេះដូចគ្នានិយាយទៅតទៅនឹងថ្នាក់ភាសាអង់គ្លេសកម្រិតទូទៅឧទាហរណ៍មួយដូចជាថ្នាក់មូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះអញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងថ្នាក់ហ្នឹងបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នារៀនទាំងវិជ្ជាកររៀនទាំងការសន្ទនាដែរប៉ុន្តែគ្រាន់ថាកម្រិតមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះអញ្ចឹងវាកម្រិតទីតិចផងដែរអញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងគឺយើងមាន homework យើងមានការសន្ទនាអីទូទៅដូចថ្នាក់ធម្មតាចឹងដែរប៉ុន្តែគ្រាន់ថាយើងរៀនប្រើតាមសម័យទំនើបគឺសម័យ technology ផងដែរបើនិយាយទៅទៅនឹងតម្លៃក្នុងការសិក្សាវិញគឺត្រឹមតែ$10ទេក្នុងមួយខែសម្រាប់50នាក់ដំបូងចំពោះតម្លៃធម្មតាគឺ$20ក្នុងមួយខែមួយវិញទៀតសម្រាប់ថ្នាក់ពិសេសដែលជាថ្នាក់មួយដែលយើងផ្ដោតទាំងទៅលើ4ផ្នែកទៅលើភាសាអង់គ្លេសហ្មងទាំង listening speaking writing ហើយនិង reading ហ្នឹងតែដើម្បីអាចឲ្យបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាចូលរៀនថ្នាក់ពិសេសនេះបានគឺតម្រូវឲ្យបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាត្រូវធ្វើ test សិនដើម្បីអាចឲ្យយើងរៀបចំមេរៀនទៅតាមកម្រិតភាសាអង់គ្លេសរបស់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយចំពោះតម្លៃសម្រាប់ថ្នាក់ពិសេសមួយនេះគឺតម្លៃត្រឹមតែ$200ក្នុងមួយខែតែប៉ុណ្ណោះចឹងសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមទាក់ទងទៅនឹងការរៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេសតាមអនឡាញនេះបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចទំនាក់ទំនងតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទមួយនេះឬក៏ Telegram ខ្ញុំដោយផ្ទាល់ក៏បានដែរ Talking about the way we learn English of course you guys gonna start step by step as well one step at a time you cannot start learning English by watching movie no it's not going to be like that so first of all you need to understand the letter of English ABC the vowel the consonant the letter of it first and then you start to learn the vocabulary the words after you learn the words the vocabulary you can start to learn the sentences or it can be back and forth you can learn the sentences first and then you can learn vocabulary but you need to learn the letter vocabulary and then sentences after you learn to like combine sentences At that time, you need to learn grammar as well. So after you done learning grammar, it's gonna be time for you to learn about writing, essays, or paragraph. The way that I learn it, I start to learn it with letter, the consonant, and then vocabulary, sentences, speaking, grammar, writing, paragraph, and essay as well. So the way that I learn it, it is called imitation learning. Back in the day, I didn't know what it is called at all. The method that I'm using, I don't know how to call it. But then when I watch so many video about English learning, I know that the way that I learn English is called imitation learning. So the way that I learn it is I watch that video and I repeat after it. Not only I watch and see and look at the video, but I also repeat after it as well. So when I repeat after the video, like my tongue is like moving. So the pronunciation that I get is quite similar to what I'm hearing from the video as well. So I'm going to give you guys an example on how I do it. Basically, when you watch the video, when you watch the movie, you not only watch it, but you have to repeat after it as well. And for starter, for beginner, you don't have to watch a very advanced video when you first start it. You can watch a very simple video, like a beginner video or something. I would recommend if you guys are a starter, you can learn English from Go Learning English. I will give you guys an example on here. So this is the way that I learn it. So right now I have Go Learning English with me. So when you watch it, don't just watch and see it. And don't just listen to it as well. You gotta repeat after it. So watch me.
Hello, Gogo.
Hello, Gogo.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you, Tony?
How are you, Tony?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
How-
So this is how I do it. You gotta repeat after the video as well, so you can have the similar accent or similar pronunciation like in the video. And you cannot only learn the accent and pronunciation, but you can also learn the vocabulary and grammar in it as well. Because when you watch, when you listen, and when you repeat, you learn the vocabulary, you learn the grammar, and even the accent in the video. Google Learning English is for beginner, for starter, but if you think that you're in a upper level, like upper intermediate or intermediate, you can watch a bigger video than that as well. For example, like you can watch VOA Learning English or English Fairy Tale. Even though English Fairy Tale is like animation, it is cartoon, but I can learn so many things in English Fairy Tale. In English Fairy Tale, they use like advanced verb, or you can say idiom. So there's many idiom that I can learn from English Fairy Tale, like flying colors, over the moon, under the weather. I can learn so many vocabulary in English Fairy Tale, even though it's just a cartoon, but I can learn from it. So I will give you another example with English Fairy Tale as well. Again, you just gotta repeat after it. This is Lily, the daughter.
Yes,
It's going to be epic. But there are two Lilies now, the one who sits in her room and the one who lives in the glow of a 6-inch phone screen. So basically in English Fairy Tale, it is a bit advanced and I think in intermediate level as well. But if you think that the video is quite fast, I mean in YouTube video it has playback speech, so you can move back the speech to 0.75 or something. And if you think that the video is too slow for you and you want it to be a bit faster, so you can like play back the video. I mean it has playback speed, so you can move it to 1.75 or 1.5 or something. Basically, when you watch the video, you gotta repeat after it so you can learn the accent and pronunciation from the video. For me, when I was learning from English Very Tall, it was so hard because when the video is, I mean, I have to pause and then I wrote down the sentence on my book and the vocabulary that I don't understand, and then I search it up on Oxford Dictionary, on Cambridge Dictionary, or even Google Translate. Sometimes I do need Google Translate as well, but it was very hard. After the sentence, one sentence is done, I have to pause the video and write it down. But now I don't need to do it anymore because mostly I can understand all of the vocabulary and I can understand most of them as well. But still, there are a few words that I could not understand. But to be honest, when you watch the video, you can easily understand it by watching the picture, even though you don't know what the vocabulary means. So basically, this is how I learned my English pronunciation, English accent as well. And to be honest, I know it's quite hard because when you want to enjoy a movie, you want to watch a movie, you don't want to repeat after the video. You just want to see, you just want to listen to it. You don't want to repeat after it at all. But if you want to learn English, you gotta sacrifice. If you really want to learn English, if you want to really good at speaking, you gotta repeat after the video. This is the only way that you can do it. Because we don't have like foreigner to talk to. We don't have people to correct our pronunciation, to correct our accent. So the only way that you can do it is just repeat after the video. And after you repeat it like a couple of months, and you start to see your improvement as well. And don't worry if you still meet some problem along the way, you cannot still pronounce some vocabulary, make sure you know that it is fine. It is completely fine. It is just a pace of learning. Sometimes we forgot the word. Sometimes we understand what they're saying, but we can just not respond back as well. So when you already learn how to speak, when you already learn the vocabulary, you learn sentences, you learn how to pronounce all of the sentence, you learn how to talk with other people. The way that you do it, you can talk to other people on the internet as well. Or maybe you can come to learn with me. If you don't have anyone to talk to in English, you can try to talk to yourself, like, in the mirror, or start to talk on the internet with your phones or with an apps. There's a lot of apps that you can download on Play Store or App Store. An app that you can meet foreigner and then talk in English with them, like HiLocal or Episoden. And if you already learn about sentences, learn how to talk, the next step that you're gonna do is you need to learn how to speak with the correct grammar as well. In order for you to speak English confidently, of course you need to know that, oh, I speak it with the correct grammar. So that's mean like you're already confident in English when you know yourself that you speak it with the correct grammar. So the way that I learned English grammar at that time, I was learning it from the internet as well. Yeah, you can learn it from the internet, or you can enroll with my class. I will help you to understand it better as well. Like I told you, like you can search it up on Google or on Pinterest if you want to do like exercises about grammar. Just type it up on the Google, and then you will see a lot of grammar tests. Or you can download an app that called Grammar Test. So after you done learning 1/10 of that grammar, and then you can start to do exercise about it as well. So grammar, basically, we need grammar in order for us to realize that we speak it with the good grammar already. And to be honest, there are so many grammars in English, and also there are so many vocabulary in English as well. Even though currently I'm an undergraduate student who major in English, but still there's still lots of words that I haven't learned. There's still a lot of vocabulary, there's still a lot of grammar that I haven't learned as well. But what I need to do is I only learn the essential one, and I only learn what I need in my daily life, in my business, and my working as well. So do what is right for you, and you need to know that there's so many vocabulary in English, there's so many grammar in English, but you need to only learn the essential one, learn what you need. If you need it for school, then put a goal that you want to learn English for school. And it is fine to make mistake. Just like I said, it's a pace of learning. You cannot learn English and then you want to good at English immediately. No, it takes time. Even if you want to grow a tree, it cannot just grow in a day. It takes time, even though you like water the tree 24 hours in a day as well, but it cannot just grow in a day. It takes years to grow a tree. So it's your English. It's gonna take you times to learn English as well, but make sure that you learn it every day, one step at a time, day by day. Learn it with love. When you love to learn, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be stressful for you anymore. And this is how I learn English. I just learn it in a very fun way. If I watch that video, if I watch that movie, and then I learn vocabulary from it, I learn grammar from it, and I learn accent, I learn my pronunciation from it as well. And now it's become my habit that every day I watch everything in English. Most of the video that I watch is in English. My phone setting is in English. Everything that I listen to is in English. So that's why if you guys ask me, are you going to forget English? I think I'm not going to forget it. Even though I want to forget English, but I can't. because everything that I watch, everything that I see, everything that I listen to is in English. Even though I want to forget it, I think I can't because everything that around me, I put it in English. So I can learn English without wanting to learn it as well. I mean, learning it accidentally, I guess. Just so you know, it is completely fine to make mistake because it's just a pace of learning. គ្រាន់តែវាជាដំណាក់កាលនៃការរៀនទេ so it's a pace of learning. Sometimes you forgot the vocabulary, sometimes you understand about it but you cannot respond back. It's just a pace of learning. When you go through that pace, everything is going to be fine for you. Just study every day, and if you ask yourself, I studied for a couple of years, but I still could not understand it. Why wouldn't I understand English? Ask yourself if you already do it your best. If you think that you're studying couples of years already, but you still could not understand it, ask yourself, do I study it the best? តើបានប្រឹងអស់ពីសមត្ថភាពមែនអត់ ថ្ងៃនឹងបានរៀនអស់ពីសមត្ថភាពនៅ Take one step at a time and be patient. Everything is going to be fine. You're just going to do it with love and you just gonna do it all the best that you can. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.